Three, two, one. And we are recording. Welcome to episode number. I have no idea, because this is a pre-recorded uh, podcast episode. Because my man's Farrel this week is his birthday, my man. So happy advanced birthday on the
Woo!
date of this recording.
Yes, sir.
Where will you be this week right now, bro?
Next week you mean?
Yeah, this week. This
Um.
podcast week. Yeah, bro.
This podcast week. Yeah, I'll be in Fire Island, bro. Hopefully.
Yeah, man.
You know.
And I hope you enjoy your birthday week, bro. Your birth week.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Hell yeah, dude. I'm just so excited for my birthday, bro. You have no idea. You have no idea. Just I don't know. You know what? You know what? Let's talk briefly about being going to being 18, being an adult. It's
Oh,
like
you're
I
turning
don't
18.
feel.
I thought you were turning 19, bro. Cause
No, dude,
I,
I'm turning 18.
I
I have no sense of like I don't feel like an adult. You know what I'm saying? Not because of my maturity level, but it's more like I just don't feel it. Cause when you turn 13, you felt it.
yeah,
Like you
man,
felt like, oh,
yeah.
like I'm a teen now. Like I'm a teenager. Like people are gonna look at me a certain way, and then I feel like that when people just like when you expect too much and you don't get what you wanted out of that, it's just like damn. Like I'm just not gonna like care about it anymore. Like I don't really celebrate my birthdays like that, you know.
Yeah,
So
and the same happened when I was 9. So turning from 8 to 9, and then from 12 to 13, and then nothing after that. It's like you're just riding the wave, bro. You just letting
exactly.
life
No,
happen.
one big thing for me was 15 to 16.
Ah, why?
That 16 is like an age that defines like, oh, you're kind of older now, like people will look at you a different way, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. It's kind of like
But
a
okay,
mini adult. Mini adult. Alright, so what we
yeah,
talking about in this podcast, bro? What we talking about?
we are talking about what is a relationship, when you should get into one, and how you can get it.
Yeah, man. And
You
quick,
know,
quick
how you can
disclaimer,
be in a
bro.
relationship.
Quick disclaimer, real quick.
Yeah.
We are no professionals. We're no AMS.
Nope.
We're no,
Nope.
we're no AMS. We're no mindful attraction. We're no dating coaches. We're just speaking on, I
Our
guess you could say
experiences.
our experiences. Yeah, definitely. So,
Yeah.
what is a relationship, Mr. Farrel Hakim?
To me,
Yeah,
a
man.
relationship is when you and another person, right, shares the same value and grows to be a better person. That I feel like the whole point of a relationship is for, because two heads are better than one. You know what I'm saying? So, two people growing, helping each other grow. That's my mentality of a relationship.
Yeah, man, definitely. And going back to our last episode of the series, we talked about also being in synchronization with your partner when it comes to where your purpose is in life, where you're both going to, and what your basis of the relationship is. Like what you said, and last week's episode with Brad, um, we talked also about like he also mentioned a really good point that if none, or at least a big percentage of your ideas and ideologies
Values.
and values are opposite. For example, she may be an atheist and you're a Christian, or for example, you may be a Republican, she might be a Democrat. If those two aren't in sync, or at least if they're opposite and you don't find a middle ground and you're just both on two polar ends, it's gonna be a really rough and hectic path and relationship, bro.
Right, yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Um, Definitely the values thing, what I've really failed to mention before on the last week's podcast is when you are going into a relationship. Now, this is from my personal experience, okay? Like I'm gonna tell you a story because I'm
Yeah, bro,
not
go
trying to
ahead.
say like, hey, this is what you should do. This is what you should. You can choose whatever you like, whatever works for you, right? But for me, what I learned was when you go into a relationship not expecting anything, right? Okay, not even not expecting. Okay. Hold on. Let me think. Okay.
Are you good, bro? You good?
Okay. Basically, when you go into a relationship having expectations of somebody, right, and not voicing that expectation, that's when the problems go wrong, right?
Yeah, bro.
Because if you're starting a relationship and you know what you want from this person, right? And they know what they want from you. You guys should voice your opinions together. Like have a sit down over dinner or something, you know,
Yeah, and
or
I
like
feel like
just
that's
talking.
I feel like also that's one toxic thing, an idea that today's generation is just, I don't know what it is, but expectation that the other person knows exactly what you're feeling.
Exactly.
Bro, that is so toxic. But just, I mean, for girls, I mean, it's in their nature. I mean, they're emotional creatures. They're fine. But if you're a man and you expect your girl to know exactly what you're thinking about and exactly what you're feeling without expressing that, because you're a man, you're a logical creature. I mean, I remember when I was with my last ex, and we were basically not talking about things, and we were just expecting each other to understand ourselves, understand each other on a spiritual level, which we weren't. We didn't sit down, we didn't talk or anything. We just had all this puppy love and this emotions and all this rah rah nonsense. And what basically ended up happening was it was just toxic. You know, one individual would think this, the other individual would think otherwise, and then they would just fight, and then the other person has to go like, oh man, I'm so sorry, even though you're not sorry, because this is exactly what your values are, and she doesn't respect that. And also what I feel as well is, if guys or girls, if your partner doesn't respect your values, do not be afraid to leave. Otherwise, that says something about you and your insecurities, which is what we also talked about in last week's podcast, bro.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I feel like in my experience, um, a lot of females really like it when um they know that you can leave, you know,
Yeah,
because they
man.
get too comfortable if they know that you're gonna stay forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You
Definitely.
have to give that space that, hey, you know, if you're not good for me, I'm going to leave. So you have to be good for me, you know? And uh it's like, it's not, I'm not saying that, oh, you should change for this person, you should change according to their values. No, if your values align, then stay. If your values don't align, then leave, you
Or
know?
talk about it. I mean, if you guys meet at a dead end, like a
That's
really dead
exactly,
end,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, then leave, you know. But the one thing is really just know your worth, know your value as a person, and if and if your values and her values, or your values and his values don't match up, you have to just leave, man. And it can be hard, but the thing that we talked about before in the last episode as well is you know, self-esteem, confidence, you
Yeah.
know, and knowing your worth. If you know your worth, you will not get caught up on this person. If you are going into a relationship just because you want somebody, just because you're lonely, just because you're desperate,
Oh man,
it
go off.
will reflect on that. Your relationship will reflect on that.
Yeah. And talk about your experiences, bro, on what went wrong with these, when values don't align up, when
Okay,
values aren't
so
discussed and
mhm.
laid on the table. Yeah, man.
Okay, so we actually didn't discuss this. Like me and my exes, you know, like we what would happen is we would go like on dates and stuff, like we would like each other, right? We would go together places and stuff like that. But you know, when something that I've really learned, even from these experiences, is that the more you talk, you know, the more you talk, the more she's gonna find ways to not like you, and the more she talks, the more you're gonna find flaws in her.
Yeah, man, definitely. And what, you know what sprung
And
up to mind, bro? When
hmm,
you said that,
yeah,
AMS. He said, well,
what do
nobody,
you say?
no, nobody ever talked their way. No, nobody ever listened their way out of a job. And
True,
and
true.
everybody almost, I mean, if you're looking at percentages of jobs and people that have gotten fired over talking too much or slip of the tongue, it's quite a high number. I mean, I don't know statistics, but it's definitely a high number. I mean, I know people that have gone into mistakes and have regrets, not even by actions, but by saying something they shouldn't have said.
Right. So let me talk to let's go back to my story, right? Going back to my story, basically what happened was, okay, so me and this girl liked each other, okay? And um obviously through physical looks, like through attraction of her body, her face, whatever, right? That's how you start off, that's how you start liking somebody. And the fact is that I was a very good listener to her. I just listened. I asked her open-ended questions, and I didn't know anything about game or whatever, like when I was doing this. And I just kept my mouth shut for a long part of the time. Part of the reason was because I was nervous, I was scared. I'm not I wasn't the person that I am today, but at that point in my life, I was very scared. I was like, oh, what if I say something wrong to her and stuff like that? And sometimes it still comes out today, but I try to push myself to say what I want. And basically, when I was with her, I was like, I don't want to say this because then it's gonna do whatever. And you know, because of that, we did not share any of our values. We were just puppy love, right?
Yeah,
We were
man.
just like talking about things that we like to do and all that stuff, but never really talking about our goals, our values, and stuff like that. That's where we went wrong. So when we got into a relationship, I didn't tell her that I hate clingy people. That was one of the things I hate, and she was very clingy. In my eyes, obviously. And because she was very clingy, and I hated clingy people, because it's like, yo, give me space to miss you.
Facts,
Give
bro.
me space. And I never told her that. Like, I'm like, yo, I should be a good boyfriend and just answer the phone. But I'm like, I'm doing something right now, and she has to understand that. And okay, the problem was in both of us. She didn't tell me what she wanted out of a relationship, and I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
So what I learned from that is, hey, you have to sit down and talk about your values. So I did that with the next person that I liked or had the potential to like. And I told her, hey, I like, you know, doing things very slow. I'm not, yeah, I'm physically attracted to you first, but that can die out anytime, because the thing is, you're gonna grow old and you're gonna look ugly. Like that's just a fact. You know, and I don't want to be there, for your physical looks. I want to be there for your personality and for what you value and will believe in.
Yeah,
The
man.
one thing that really attracts me about a person, especially a female, is their maternal instincts. Like, if I see a girl with like a little brother or something like that, or like carrying a child or something like that, for me, I don't know, like my male instinct just like wife her up. Like, that's the one thing I think about. But yeah, so basically what I realized is, hey, you have to go and sit down and talk to these people about what your values are. And I did that with this person, and she was like, yeah, I'm very clingy, and I really like just attention and stuff like that. And I found out there were problems with that, because, hey, I don't like that. And so I just stopped it right there. I told her, like, yeah, this is not gonna go anywhere. um and that ended up very well. Like, we're still friends and all that. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? That's actually a really good point. Is that you have to talk. And what was going through my mind when you were discussing all of these situations and stories is you were needed to engage in a discussion. And a lot of the problems I see in today's youth is, I mean, I'm overgeneralizing, of course, but this is just in my group of friends, right? A lot of the times, people listen with the intent of talking back. No, shut your bum, shut up, and listen. If you
Shut
don't,
your bum ass.
if you don't agree with something, listen first. If you disagree, for example, she might say that, oh, I don't like clingy guys. If you listen, if you're genuinely curious, you would ask, well, what makes a clingy guy unattractive? And then she'll go on to say what makes it unattractive, right? If you're naturally clingy, then you can either say, okay, well, this is not really gonna work for me because I myself, I have a nature of being clingy. And if not, if you really want to work on yourself, then knowing more information about that person who you're about to engage in a relationship with, knowing more of that information will then trigger, I really like this person. I really want to change for the better so that I can really have a relationship with this person. And yeah, and a lot of the times people don't even engage in conversation. Bro, you know what pisses me off a lot of the times?
What?
I'm about to go off real quick.
Go ahead. Go off, bro. Go off.
Bro, listen to me real quick. Listen. listen to me real quick. People go on shallow relationships. Okay, I guess you can like a person. There's nothing wrong with liking a person. But to go to the extent of wanting a relationship with a person just off of social media, just off of looking at, oh, she's cute, just off of, oh, we like the same music, oh, we were born in the same place, oh, we were born in the same date, oh, we like this, we like that. Nothing deep. There's nothing, oh, what's your, not even, just even the tiniest bit of, oh, what's your political views? Oh, what's your views on this? Oh, what's your views on religion? What's your views on this? What's your views on that? Nothing. It's just pop culture. It's just shallow stuff. And then they think they build attraction and they build feelings off of, oh, we talk a lot. We talk every day. We go on the phone every day. We talk. Bro, you talk every day, bro? You talk every day? Every day. You ain't got nothing going on in your life. You talk every day. And that's just what pisses me off, because we both know the value of having purpose in your life. And having this purpose, it builds that confidence. Like what we were saying last podcast episode with Brad, with DJ Twice. He was talking about building that purpose. And no matter what your purpose is, that's the end goal. If you found it, then none of these women matter. What we're trying to just discuss to you guys is what a relationship is and how to get that. And it's not talking every damn day. You have to build that scarcity of your presence so that you give the other person a chance to miss you. And going back to the point, and that is why you guys should talk about your values. I went off on an irrelevant tangent. No, but what do you think? What do you think on my views on that problem, bro? What do you think?
But like it's every day, bro. It's
every day, bro. I'm about to end this call.
No, I completely agree with you. Like, see, that's what I had. That's one thing I had to learn too. Like, as soon as you said that, I was like, damn. Like, I know exactly what I have to do, but sometimes, your feelings just get in the way of things.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, I've been talking about this one girl that, like, I really like, right? Now I know it's a little bit more infatuation, but I really, really see her value, and also like I've been trying to figure out what her values and if they align with mine, that kind of stuff. And they do align, like I know like this girl is amazing, but what I had to learn was when I was talking to her, right? And every time I talked to her, it was when I had no purpose, I wasn't doing anything. All I did was think about her 24/7, And because I had no purpose, I couldn't really, okay. The thing that you were talking about, like, oh, talking every day, how are you talking 24/7? You have nothing to talk about. The one thing I had to learn was if you have nothing to talk about, don't force a conversation.
Yeah, bro.
Because you're talking about not like meaningless things. You're talking about meaningless things, and the point is that you're not growing off that. You're not growing off meaningless conversations. You're just having comfort and a feeling of companionship. That's it. You're not growing. If you were to talk about some meaningful things, then you guys would be growing together. Be with each other. It would be better for each other. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're just a bum talking to somebody 24/7 on FaceTime, what are you gonna talk about? What'd you do today? I don't care what you did today. I don't care what you did today. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it. Like, ask questions that you really care about.
Yeah.
And if you really do care about somebody's day, then 100% ask them. Are you like, how was your day? But it's like, if there's nothing interesting going on, don't ask that person like, how was your day? Like, that's just like a fallback question to go into.
Yeah.
Like stop doing that, bro. You got nothing to talk about. Stop it. You know.
Yeah.
But if
And
you but if you didn't talk for like a day or two and you're like, how was your day? I'd be okay with that. You know, like not even how was your day, but like, tell me about your day. You know, so tell me something fun you did today. That's, you know, that's something else to think about, not just how are you. You know.
yeah.
But yeah, you were trying to say
And a good strategy actually that
strategy.
no, I'm gonna say one thing that actually works for you guys out there that still, you know, are still
You mean that works for
young.
you?
Yeah, works for you. For me. Well, I mean, it's okay. I'm just
All right,
gonna-
bro.
I'm
Just say what it
gonna
is.
Yeah. And instead of saying how is your day, because that's a really broad question. It's really open-ended. And what I would suggest is just end off in a statement, because if you end off in a statement, one, it takes you out of the conversation, and two, it puts her in the position to either say, do I want to continue this conversation, or do I want to end it at this? And three, you could test that. If she makes the conversation go on, then that's fine. You know, you can see a little bit of attraction there. And if she leaves it at that,
Interest.
yeah, if you leave it at, if she leaves it at that, well then move on. You know, there's practically nothing there. So what I would suggest is, instead of saying how was your day, say, I hope that your day was good, and leave it at that. Leave it at that. Statements, sentences.
Yeah.
That's it. Leave it at that. If she says, "Oh yeah, it was good, man," and she ends it with a question, say, "Oh yeah, it was good, man. It was good." No, well, not man. Let's take that away. Oh, it was good. How about yours? How was good? It was good. How about yours? If she ends it at a question, I mean, yeah, then engage in a conversation. But if she just ends up, you know, taking forever to reply, and just says like one word or like three words, dry, then, you know, move on.
But also, one thing to take note is, if she's still texting back, you still have a chance, man.
Yeah, man.
If she's still texting back, if she dubs you completely, bro, just get a life, you know.
Yeah, bro, get a
Just
life.
go, like, you know, yeah. But if she still, you know, like, you know, texts you back and even answers your question, even with a yes or a no, like, even if it's one word, you still have a chance. You're just not. She just has really low interest, you know.
Yeah.
And if you really like her, fucking go for it. But if you don't, then, you know, and your values don't align, like we said before, 100% like leave. But let's talk about So we talked about what is a relationship. A relationship.
Yeah, recap real quick, because I feel like we both went on tangents.
Yeah, a tangent, right? So what a relationship is for two people to find and grow with each other, to find each other and grow to the point where grow, you know, in their life, you know. And to do that, you have to find the same values, you know. It's find the same values. You have to be compatible in a sense where, because compatibility and chemistry is two different things, right? Just because you have chemistry does not mean that you will be compatible, you know. This is saying puppy love and all that stuff. To be compatible, you must see that you guys share the same values, and you guys have to find the right way to communicate with each other, you know, because everybody communicates in a different language, you know. Not saying like language. I'm saying like they operate differently, you know. And that's what I think a relationship is.
Yeah. So let's move on to the question, Mr. Farrel. When should you engage in a relationship?
Okay, this is very important. Listen up, okay? All right, that's the way, that's the AMS way. This is something that I really found out that really, like, this is very important to me. You should only go into a relationship if you learn to love yourself, and if you already learn to trust yourself. Do not go into a relationship if you don't trust yourself, and do not go into a relationship if you don't love yourself. Why? Because this will cause problems. Like I said before, you do not go into a relationship if you're just going for desperation and loneliness. you have to be okay with being alone first. You know, the only way you can be alone, you can be okay with being alone is if you love yourself. Because the thing is, if you hate being alone, that just means you hate being with yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you hate being with yourself so much that you need somebody else to distract yourself from yourself, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to do is you have to find ways to love yourself, love everything about you. You know, I suggest self-help books and all that stuff, therapy, I guess, if you're, you know, if you want to go into that stuff. But really just learn to know your worth, to know your value. Once you can do that, and let's say for the guys and the girls out there who have trust issues, if you, okay, one thing that a lot of people say to me is that I can't trust that person, or I can't trust that person ever again. Okay,
That's me, bro.
maybe maybe if you can't trust another person, maybe the reason why is because you don't trust yourself. Because you always, we as humans, we never blame ourselves on things. We don't. That's just a fact. Like I was reading a book. Oh, it was what was the book? The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
It told a story about how these criminals, like, they don't believe that they're wrong. They believe that they're right. Right?
Was
They
that the
never blame
subtle
themselves
was
for
that the
things.
subtle art or How to Win Friends?
It was one of them. I don't know. It was one of them.
Yeah, because
I
it
think I
was.
think I think it was. Oh man, I don't know. But okay, but one of those books. Okay, talk about how you, like, as humans, we never blame ourselves because we always think we're right.
Mm.
And the thing is, we have to evolve from that. We have to learn that, hey, maybe we're not always right, you know. And I have to learn to trust myself, to trust you. Maybe the problem isn't that person. Maybe the problem's you. You don't realize it because no matter how many times people say it to you, you yourself don't believe that.
Yeah, man.
So maybe you have to start being open-minded, right? About the fact that, hey, maybe that person is not the problem. He's ready, but I'm not, you know? And that's a very, very mature thing to do, to learn about, you know? So trust yourself and trust and love yourself. That's the one thing. What do you think on that? What do you think about that?
A really good side note, I feel like, bro, is there's a fine line between being open-minded and just being plain out stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel as though, yeah, be forgiving, be open-minded, be open that maybe I am the problem and maybe she or the other person has fixed themselves, maybe it's me. But at the same time, if you keep giving those chances and they keep playing you, or they keep making a fool out of you, or you keep making a fool out of yourself, then, I mean, what's the point? It's a dead end. There's no changing that person. And the best revenge that you can ever give that person is to not be like them. Improve yourself, see the traits
Mm-hmm.
from the other person that you don't like, and be the opposite of that. And that is the best revenge that you can ever give someone that is just deserving of that. And so you talked about when, and you believe that a person is ready for a relationship when he is comfortable with himself and when he is loving of himself. Am I right?
He or she, yeah.
Yeah.
When you can love yourself and when you can trust yourself, because trust in a relationship is the the most important thing in a relationship, is trust and communication.
Yeah, man,
You know,
definitely. Yeah.
if you don't trust that person, you know, because that person, that you're not just going there to, like, to get a little poom poom, you know what I'm saying?
Ha
Like, if that's your intention, like we talked about in the other, in like 3 episodes ago, when we're talking about this stuff too, um you know,
You do you, bro.
you know what your intentions are in a relationship. Know what your intentions are. And if you're just going for poom poom, man, you don't gotta trust that girl. You're not gonna see her the next day, you know. But if you're going there for the purpose of creating a family, a relationship, a good lasting relationship, then you need to know that trust and communication and honesty is the biggest thing in a relationship.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what you gotta learn.
Definitely. So,
Yeah.
let me go on my tangent now.
Okay.
So, when? Let's talk about when. Whenever I think of relationships, I always go to the Bible because that's my basis of faith, and I always go to Genesis, the creation, the very first man, Adam. Right? Let's take you back through your story time.
Why did you say it
Adam,
like
bro.
that?
Cause that's the first man, bro. Can you believe being the first man, bro? That's gotta be crazy. Anyways,
No, I can't.
going back to what I was saying. When I'm gonna ask you a question. When did God create Eve for Adam?
Bro, what happened?
When did God create Eve for Adam, bro?
I forgot. Like, is it
When God saw that man needed a woman. So, because Adam was naming all of these animals, he couldn't find one that was like him.
that looked like him?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
Okay, I
exactly
remember
like
now.
him. But, you see these animals in pairs, and Adam's the only one there. So God said, it is not right for man to be alone. Let me give him a companion. Why? Because he needed it. There was nobody like Adam. So then Eve happened. Eve was created because man needed a companion. So I always go back to that principle. I always go back to that mindset and that idea that God created woman for man when he saw that man needed it. So, if you are a 13-year-old kid who's living in his parents' basement and you're still eating chips and you still got Doritos on your chest, not having a job, always on your PS4, no, you can't even get A pluses. I mean, you can't even answer the Pythagorean theorem correctly, and you can't even spell gratuitously, bro. You don't need a relationship, bro. You are no, you are
You
in.
need yourself first.
Yeah, you
That's
need
how you need to work on yourself first,
you
bro.
need to work on yourself first. At least know how to spell the word gratuitously. Then you can be gratuitous with your partner. But for the meantime,
Spell gratuitously right now.
what?
Spell gratuitously right now.
So yeah, what I was saying, bros, is that so, so what I was saying. Welcome back to When the Bell Rings, a podcast where we talk about life. And in this episode, we are
how to
talking
spell
about.
words.
So yeah, if you are still, you don't even have a job yet, you're still living with your mamas, with your parents, can't even take care of yourself first, you are in no place for a relationship. Because one, if you can't even take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of another person? Two, that says something about you. If you can't take care of yourself and you have to have other sources of income or whatever resources that a human being needs, if you need another person to give you that resource, then because women are naturally have this maternal instinct, like what you were talking about earlier, that you love it when women have that maternal instinct. But whatever. Because women have that natural maternal instinct, they want to take care of a person, and as a man, it's in their nature to take care of themselves. So there's a little bit of is that even a word? In synchronization, but basically not in sync, not in sync, not in sync with the two natures. As a man, you're supposed to take care of yourself. You can't even do that. Come on, bro. How will you expect to be in another relationship, and how do you expect to take care of the other person? You are not in any shape or form ready for a relationship if you can't even take care of yourself, and you can't even spell the word gratuitously.
Big facts. Okay, but you know what? There's some things that you don't really need that for. Okay, I agree with you that you need to learn to take care of yourself. If you are sitting down in your parents' basement breathing Cheeto dust, that is not something that that a girl is looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Because the fact that you're looking for a girl, but girls are also looking for you as well. So if you're doing that stuff, stop. Just work on yourself. Get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Trim your beard. Um, But what I'm saying is, you don't need, you don't need to have your own house or whatever. Um, it actually depends on what you want, right? It goes back to intention. If you're just there for the poom poom, like if you got the free, you got the free. You know what I'm saying? But if you're there to build a relationship, if you're trying to build a family, then obviously have your own house and all that stuff, you know. And it's okay if you're not ready for it yet, you know. You can go have you guys can live together, and maybe you can live separately, whatever. Because relationships aren't just for adults; they're for high school students too, for us, right? And for, I guess, I don't know, middle schoolers have relationships. I don't know,
Oh man, teacher
but
student
I don't know.
relationship, I guess.
Maybe, but yeah. So basically, what you have to learn is to love yourself first. 'Cause if you love yourself, man, you're gonna take care of yourself. And you breathing Cheeto dust in your parents' basement is not something that you like. You are not taking care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
You have to learn to groom yourself. People have to see that you take care of yourself.
Yes.
Because nobody wants a bum, you know. And as long as you are trying, right? Let's say you're unemployed right now. As long as you are trying to either find a job, find a means to make money, for yourself first, not for anybody else. Because once you can take care of yourself, you can take care of somebody else, right? Just like you said. So as long as you are trying, dude, that's the best thing you can do. And not like fake trying. You know what I'm saying? Like you're actually going out there and you're trying to find a job, or you're trying to create your own business. You're on your purpose. That's what it is. On your purpose. If you're on your purpose, you will be working out, you will be grooming yourself, you'll be taking care of yourself, you will be there to find a job, or start your own business. You are on your purpose. Once you're on your purpose, you're not even going to think about women. Women will be the last thing on your mind.
Yes.
They're actually a nuisance to your life. When that happens, right? When that happens, you will see so many females flock to you. It is crazy. It's crazy. I've experienced this firsthand. All right, like when they see you as a male of high value, a high value male, meaning you are on your purpose, right, and you're working to better yourself, right, and you're not thinking about these women, they will flock to you 100%. Because once they see you, like, oh damn, like that dude, like he got his life together, like they're gonna go for you. They're gonna go for you. So don't worry about, oh, like I'm ugly, all this stuff, bro. If you don't like yourself, change yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with changing yourself for the better. That is. There's something wrong with it.
And bro, that's a really good fact that, for example, a lot of people will be insecure with their baldness, right? Right? Oh, I'm so insecure with me being bald. I can't get women. Well,
dude, have you seen freaking Dwayne the Rock Johnson? Come on, man.
Dwayne Johnson.
Come on.
I mean, you can be. There's some things that you definitely can't change. I mean, balding, you can't necessarily change that because it's a part of nature. But
Genetic.
there are other things in your life that may be good. I mean, Jeff Bezos is bald. I mean, dude also has impaired eyes, right? That's a physical. What do you call that?
Yeah, he can't change that.
Yeah, he can't change that. It's a physical insecurity, right? But dude is the richest kid in the world. My man's
Kid.
on
This
his
doesn't call him
purpose.
a kid.
Man's is a kid, bro. I'm a baby. If he's a kid, I'm a baby. I'm a whole
You're a fetus. That's what it is. You're a fetus.
I'm sperm. If he's a kid, I'm a sperm. All right, but he is the richest person in the world. So, and he's always on his purpose. You think women are on his mind if he's on his purpose? No, they just flock. You feel me? Just flock.
Happen to be there,
happen to be
Oh,
there,
there
bro.
was okay. Actually, I was talking. Okay, first of all, I love this channel so much. This channel is just the best channel in the world. Like I don't know what it is. I've been binging their stuff for like days now. They're called Abba and Preach. I think ABA and PREACH. Shout out to their channel, but they're amazing. Like they're just so intellectual. Basically they were watching this video about how a girl was like, this girl was like, ugly men will not treat you the same way, or something like that. Basically saying that, oh, Ed Sheeran, like like I'm a hot girl, right? So how can I get rejected by an ugly male? You get what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, and then she goes on saying like, if I talk to Ed Sheeran, right, I would only be there to talk to him because he was famous. But here's the thing though, them being famous and them being known, right, is their value. Like that is part of their value, you know? And just because you are pretty does not make you valuable. You get what I'm saying? Because I've had a lot of model friends.
Yeah,
And I don't find them attractive.
yeah.
I don't. Like, okay, like they're cute, whatever, they're pretty. Yeah,
At the
okay,
end-
that's a fact.
Bro, at the end of the day, a pretty face is empty inside.
Exactly. So this girl was talking about how can I get rejected by an ugly male? First of all, how can you like compare your beauty, your genetic, like your genetic, like your genetics, you know? How can you compare that to somebody who actually use their skills to get up in life? Their skills, not their genetics, their skills, right? They use their own skills that they built up. That's their value, you know?
Yeah.
They've built these multimillionaire companies not because of their looks, but of their value. You know what they can give to the world. What do you give? Beauty? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you like that. Like me, a lot of people say, oh, a lot of people think I have like really high standards, like beauty wise, right?
Mm.
That's actually the opposite. I really don't care what you look like. Like, okay, you have to take care of yourself. That's the one thing, right? Just like a man, like a woman wants a man, right? They have to take care of themselves. I want somebody who takes care of themselves, right? But if they're, yeah, you take care of yourself, you look good. Okay, that's just one part. You know, you can't have like a really bad personality and have a good looking face. Like I wouldn't. I'm not attracted to that. You know, I'm attracted to what you are inside. Like the first thing you see is of course like their face, their body, whatever, their attraction level to you. Okay, I go up and talk to you. If I don't find that you have values,
Yeah.
or if I don't find that our values align, I don't find you attractive. Like you're my friend. You're a kid. You're my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
You
not
are
gonna
my
try to go
child.
anywhere with you.
You are my child.
You're my child. That's it, bro. Sis, what's good? But yeah, what do you think on that?
I mean, in summary, yeah, I was thinking that looks just gets your foot in the door. It doesn't get you in the house. It just gets your foot in the door. It's
Not my house.
Yeah, man. And yeah, so summing it up, so when should you get in one? Farrel, sum that up real quick, bro.
Okay, so when should you get into a relationship is when you love yourself and you trust yourself.
And
That's it. That's it.
when you need it, bro. I feel like when you need it, I feel as though.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Because
well-
if you say when you need it, right? It's like you can tell yourself that you need it, but you don't really need it. How would you know when you need it? When you yourself, let's say you're like you're in a depressive state, right?
Mm.
Let's say you're in a temporary depressive state that could be healed, and you lack the will to live, right?
Mm.
And you say, I want to kill myself. Should that justify you, like your slow depressive state, that you need to die? No. You should have the need to live, right? That should be like your need is to live. So I can't just be like okay with you saying if you need that person, because the fact of the matter is you're not gonna need that person. Like that person is an addition to your life. It's not a necessity.
Mm.
It's not. It's just like the point. It's not. You don't need that person to live. If you're talking about like realistically, you don't. If that person is gone, you're not gonna kill yourself. You're not gonna die. I mean, you might kill yourself, but you might not die. You know, you're not gonna like drop to the floor and die.
Let's not
is what
get
I'm trying to
morbid
say.
here.
You
Let's
don't
not
need
get
that
morbid.
person to live. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
you can't just say I don't agree with that. Is what I'm
And
trying to say.
I feel like another point would be, well, Adam didn't look for a companion. He didn't ask for one. He just said, it was actually God's idea, right, to give man a companion. He didn't go looking for one. So that's
Mhm.
another thing. You don't go looking for something because, I mean, you
Mhm.
just let it
That's
happen
the
to
same
you.
thing as being on your purpose, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. You gotta
When
be
you're
on
on
your
your purpose,
purpose.
you're not looking
It,
for it.
yeah, it all boils down to being on your purpose.
Purpose.
Yeah, man.
And that they will always be there. There's a ton of them. It's like 4 billion of them. You know, you're not gonna find your the one in New York. You know what I'm saying?
You might not.
Like if you live in New York,
Yeah.
huh?
I mean, you might not, and then you can find them in, I don't know, some other
Yeah,
place. But yeah,
there's a bunch of countries in the world.
yeah, man. All right, last question is
Mhm.
the how part, bro. How part's a little bit tricky. How part's a little bit tricky.
Pretty easy, actually.
I mean,
Let me.
if you're looking
There's
at
a
it,
formula to
if
this.
you're looking at
There's
it,
a
yeah,
very
because you're in it.
easy.
You're in the game. You're in it. You know the
There's a
things about.
very easy
I talk to
form.
me from as if you're talking to a 3-year-old who has no idea what you're talking about.
First of all, I wouldn't even be talking to a 3-year-old. Can 3-year-olds speak? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Like, can they
man.
speak
Yeah.
at 3 years old?
I was speaking. I was reading when I was 3 or 2-ish.
Dude, I don't even know. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I was just dumb. I don't know. Like I don't remember
Can't say that,
when I
bro. We
first.
Asian. We Asian. We can't say that, bro. You're gonna get kicked out
Okay.
of your house.
Okay. Anyway, so the formula I have is testing. You know, you're testing these people. See, the thing is, the only way to get with somebody is if you feel yourself you deserve that person. Like I was saying before, all this ties in together.
Mm.
You know, the formula is your mindset. That's it. That's it. You don't need anything else. It's your mindset. Because when you have that mindset, you will not act the way a beta male would. If you have an alpha male mindset, or if you have a mindset of a high value male, you will not think and do the things that beta males will do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
if you feel like you deserve this person, you're like, damn, I deserve you. And you could say that to them to their face, I deserve you. You know? Then you will figure out ways to get with that person. Now,
Yeah.
I don't like going to the technical stuff because everybody's a different person,
Yeah.
you know?
You're
Technically,
more.
but basically, you have, okay, one thing is you have to, like I said before, you have to show your intent with the person, right? First, you have to learn that you yourself deserve that person. Once you think about that, and once you know that you deserve this person, you go up and um basically just be you. You know, like that's the one thing that I could just say, like just be you.
Mm.
A high value male, be you. There's no really technical side to it because everybody is different. My approach will be different than your approach.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what kind of person you are and the kind of girls that you're looking for, because there's different types of girls too.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I feel like you're more of a cold approacher.
100%. I'm a cold
Yeah.
approacher. I will literally go up to somebody and just talk to them. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean.
I believe like
yeah.
I'm like I deserve you, so why not just go up and talk to you? Like I might never see you ever again.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like me, I guess I'm more of a subtle approach. Like I'll small talk, and then once I get your guard down, then
Once you're open for attack, I'm gonna
Yeah,
attack.
once you lower down your defenses, once the bridge has been lowered, I cross.
The bridge has been lowered. This dude, bro, you cracking me up. No, but what I'm saying is, I like. Okay, this might be different from you, but I have a lot of masculine energy. I don't know why. Like I just like doing things my way,
Yeah.
and it's not stubbornness. It's just like I know what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just know what I want. So if I want you, I'm gonna get you. Like one way or another, I'm gonna get you. And there's no like I've never like just not gotten somebody. You know, I mean this girl that I'm talking, I'm definitely gonna get her, bro. Like I don't know why, but I just feel like I will. And
Yeah.
because it's that feeling, it's that what you want, you know what you want and what you deserve, right?
Yeah.
Because of that, you will 100% get it if you have that desire and you go for it. But you also have to know your worth, right? You desiring that person, just desiring for that person, and you don't know your self-value, you don't know your self-respect, you don't have self-respect, and you don't know your value, right? You're just gonna go up and like freaking start triple texting this person. You know, you're gonna
man,
start like,
that's tough.
baby, I love you.
That
And
was
like,
like,
hey,
man,
how are you? You
yeah.
know, like,
You
all
know,
that stuff.
the biggest mistake I ever made, I feel like, is the words why aren't you texting me? Have you ever done that?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, man. I feel like
That's
everybody.
the simp way. That's
Why
the
aren't you
beta
texting
way.
me? Aw, aw.
Dude, and bro, you know what? It's like I don't get a hug. Like
I can't get a hug.
I don't get a hug. Yo, like give me a hug, bro.
Oh,
Nah, bro.
that's
See, the thing is,
crazy.
but you see how when I tell you like when you have the right mindset, right?
Yeah.
And when you have that confidence, you don't have to ask these girls, "Oh, can I get a hug?" No, you just go in for it.
Yeah.
And if they reject you, then understand the circumstances
Yeah, their
that they're
boundaries.
uncomfortable with you, and you back away,
Mm.
and you try again later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Try again
don't
later.
don't just be if you go for like look if you want to kiss somebody, right?
Yeah.
You just go in for the kiss. If you know, but obviously sense the room and obviously like know like you know the circumstances right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going in and you're going for the kiss and they reject you, you get scared. Like, oh my god, like oh I'm never gonna try that ever again. No, bro, just try it again later. Not now, but you know later. Um, but don't give up. You know, like if you really want this girl, to fucking go for it. Even if they have low interest in you, that's the best one because
That's
it's like
facts,
a
bro.
game,
I
it's a challenge.
Yeah, and bro, this ties back to what I've experienced. I mean, like I know this person. I'm getting because I mean, like she's a really vital instrument. I would feel like I would say, in me wanting to better myself. Because I feel like if you're just talking to people who are at your level, who are just comfortable with being themselves, I feel like if you keep hanging out with people that are just comfortable where they are, you're gonna end up being comfortable too, and you're not gonna go
Mm.
higher levels. So that's also an important part in uh, pursuing a relationship. Choose the right victim, like what I think we talked about that in the last episode, right? So yeah, so this person was initially we were actually talking and we were looking at past photos and we were just like, oh you were there, oh you were there. We had literally nothing in we had no ties together. We didn't care about each other. We were basically background characters in our lives, in each other's lives, right? And so yeah, zero interest. And then I got into self-help books, and then I started noticing her more because she embodies practically what I am going through currently, you know, quiet, introverted, I'd say, also stuff like that, basically smart. And I was like, ooh, how do I do this, bro? How do I lower the bridge? And that got me into reading psychology books and the laws of human nature, and a couple more like how to win friends and influence people, just to better myself. Just I'm actually reading the laws of human nature too because she got me actually into reading psychology books and just understanding human psychology and communicating better. And yeah, I mean, it got me better, and she was an instrument for that. And I'm not gonna say that to her because that's just, I mean, that gives away the thing, you know. No more subtlety. So subtle. I'm a subtle guy. You feel me?
We need
I'm
to.
doing
We need to.
I'm doing wave motions with my hands right now. So follow along. I'm doing wave motions.
We
It's
need
subtle.
to talk about later after the call, but
What'd you say? What'd you say?
we need to talk about this person later after the call because I don't. Ooh, okay,
Yeah, man.
okay,
Yeah, man.
but yeah, no, I understand. Like, yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, the person who really got you into all this stuff, that's nice.
Yeah.
I wanna find somebody like that shit, you know.
And
um,
the best thing, bro, she don't got no clue. That's the best thing because there's the mystery. You feel me? There's a little bit of I'm moving around.
right.
The mic.
There's
I'm moving around
okay.
the mic with a
I
little
don't
bit
know.
of mystery.
I'm conflicted in that area though.
Yeah.
Like being subtle and being straight to the point because I feel like there's a golden mean You know what I'm saying? Like this,
Yeah.
there's a golden mean. This is like Aristotle's kind of like philosophy on like being a virtuous person. You know, you can't be too excessive and you can't be too, I forgot what
Yeah, the
the other
four stoic virtues. One of them is temperance. Everything in moderation.
everything in moderation. So yes, that's what I was talking about. Like being, just being in that golden mean where in certain situations, you know, you have to do the right thing. In all situations, you got to do the right thing. So what Aristotle kind of like, well, I watched John Green or his brother, you know, on like Crash Course Philosophy or something like that on Aristotle because I was doing my sister's work, and what he was talking about was, what he explained was the situation where, okay, so let's say there was a robber who was trying to mug somebody, right? A thug who was trying to mug somebody. Do you go in there recklessly and because this person has a weapon, right? Do you go in there recklessly and be courageous and beat the guy up, or do you just sit there and call the police, you know, or you run away? The bad thing to do would be to run away in the situation because then you wouldn't save the life of the woman, you know, or save her stuff, and it will be too excessive and reckless if you go in there with no weapon, you know, and you're just gonna fight this guy. That would be too reckless, so you wouldn't do that either. So what you would do is you would stand watch of that person at a safe distance where you can call the police and wait for them to get there. You know what I'm saying? That would be the right thing to do. You don't have to be reckless and courageous. So what I'm saying is basically you have to find the right ways in every situation, and this will just come through experience. So all you have to do is just get rejected a whole bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
But you will have to know exactly what to do in every single situation and fit that golden mean, and it will become part of your personality and part of your character in the long run. But it will be considered as fake first. But what you need to do is to find somebody who has those virtues. You know, you gotta find somebody who is what you're looking for, who you want to be like, right? Then you copy them, you mimic them, right? You mimic them, and it will feel fake at first, but then it will become part of you. So you have to find a moral exemplar.
Yes. Who do you think is your moral exemplar, bro?
There's this guy. I never met him in real life actually. I only met him online. I met him online, and we've been friends for like freaking what, like a bunch of years, bro. I met him like when I was like 9 or something like that.
Whoa.
And like we're still cool friends to this day. He lives in like PA. But he's my moral exemplar. Like he knows the stuff that I'm going through, and I try to mimic him, and also like, you know, AMS and all that stuff, you know, because those are moral exemplars as well. You know, people that you watch, people that you look up to, people that you see, those are moral exemplars, you know.
And also I feel like I was reading this book, The Way of the Superior Man, is to get also in touch with other...
Isn't that what the book AMS recommended?
I'm not sure, I don't know.
Okay.
But basically,
right.
The Way of the Superior Man, I forgot who the author was, but basically, you need other masculine energies around you so that you can go, oh, man, I'm feeling a little bit emotional with this topic, you feel me? I'm getting this, I'm getting that. Am I doing this right? If I'm doing this wrong? Because a masculine energy is gonna go for a logical side. It's gonna fix you up. You need a fixer-upper. You need that in your life. And if you can't get that, you know, we're living in the Filipino accent is hitting me 101. So we're living in a digital world. You can go to YouTube, learn about these things, you know, learn about human psychology, learn about game, learn about other things like this. And yeah, man, you gotta surround yourself as well with, like what my man Farrel said, with exemplar people. And Marcus Aurelius, you know, his motto was his stepdad. His motto was, I forgot his name, but he was the adoptive father of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor. That was his, you know, exemplar. That was his sage. So you gotta embody that as well. You gotta be the mentor. So Farrel, oh yeah.
The thing about mentors too, like you need one in your life. It doesn't matter for what, just anything. You need one for anything that you want to like you want to master in. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
like whether it be from YouTube, whether it be from books, whether it be from actual people, you need a mentor to get to where you want to go. Use them as a vehicle to your success.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I gotta say for this video.
And also, let's go into. I guess we can go, since we're on the topic of how. I guess we can talk about strategies and techniques, like the nitty gritty,
Okay,
the
cool.
gears. Yeah, man.
Okay, let me talk about something. All right.
Let me
The
tell
thing
you
is,
something. Let me tell you
let me
something.
tell you something. Listen here. All right. You have to get their attention. All right. To get their attention is not just to be in their face directly. It could be like right now, the way I'm talking. You know. Um, see, if I was talking like this low, you would try to listen to me more because you can't really hear me that much.
Yeah.
But if I was talking up here, you would kind of like lose respect for me. You know what I'm saying? You kind of lose respect for me. You're like, so from here, I kind of have like a very um kind of assertive, kind of very like
Very masculine.
laid back, like out, yeah, very masculine kind of voice, right? But
Hey.
if I was to be up here, I don't think you want to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
No,
think
no, no.
you
That's
do.
the thing.
But
You want to be a friend because of the energy that you're portraying. You want to be
exactly,
friend. Ah, friend.
exactly. So it's like the way you carry yourself, the way you move in the world, the way that you talk, the way that you dress, the way that you have a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Everything goes into how you can get this person, right? So if you want to get their attention, first of all, listen, drop your bass, bro. Drop, like, use your bass, man, because
Be in touch with your masculinity real quick.
yeah, because you right there, you probably lost respect for me when I went all the way up here. Like I'm like a different person up here, you know. But if I was talking seductively, like, when you're talking to women, especially if you're trying to get poom poom, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to know you. They don't need to know you. All you gotta do is put on the voice, be a little bit touchy, um, and respect them, but their second priority, maybe third, fifth priority, you know, just be on your purpose. That's how you get them. That's one of the strategies that I use is the voice technique.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, it just comes like naturally to me. It just does. Like, it's just a thing that I do. I don't know. Like, I never really thought about it, but until it's like somebody told me, like, yo, like you change your voice around different people. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. But yeah,
Yeah.
how about you?
For
What's the
me,
technique?
the best technique, bro, that I could ever impart to anyone is to shut up. Shut up. Shutting up and listening, opening your ears, that is the best thing that you could ever do to someone, right? You can you can know more about the person. You can let the other person know, and that this doesn't even have to tie in with the relationship. It can be like a job. You could ask, well, what do you need in a job? Oh, we need this, we need that, we need blah 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 blah. And then you shut up and don't say anything that could potentially disrupt your chances with anything. So just listening and be interested. Because to be interesting, you have to be interested. And you have to know how to spell the word gratuitously. That will get you 100%
that will
place.
get you boom boom to the max
Real quick.
if you
Alright?
can spell gratuitously.
Yeah, man.
Another technique that I really want to touch upon is it's I don't know, a technique. I don't know, like, it's just something that you learn from, because I learned this from other people. I learned this from people who were, I guess you would say, classic alpha males, or like whatever. Like, don't get into an argument. Not say argument, but don't get emotional with your women. Don't get emotional, like, when you guys are in an argument, right? And she tries to throw BS at you.
Ooh.
Don't go to her level, dude. You're better than that. Don't go to her level, and don't start screaming about random shit too. Because first of all, if you're screaming at anyone, when you're in an argument, when you're screaming at people, that means both of you, first of all, are not heard. That means both of you are not listening to each other. If you really listen to each other, you guys can find a common ground. So just talk normally, tell them, sit down. Hey, listen, can we talk about this like adults? You know what I'm saying? I think this is something that really comes up with often with me. I'm just, hey, let's talk like adults, because you want somebody who's um freaking mature, right? So I'm like, yo, let's talk like adults, and don't go emotionally in that emotional area with them. But here's the thing. Here's where I say about the golden mean, right? If you guys do sit down and you talk, right? And this girl tells you, I feel that you're not here with me a lot of the time, and then you go in some BS with like, um,
You
well, I
go
think that I
logical.
am.
You go
Well, I
logical.
think I think I think that I'm here like whenever you need me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, you guys are speaking two different languages.
Yes.
She's speaking uh in emotions, and you're speaking in logic.
Yeah.
There's two different languages there.
Yep.
You guys are sitting down and you're talking like adults, and you guys are telling each other how you feel and how you think. But you need to learn the language of emotions and also the language of logic, right? If a girl is saying I feel, that's a language. That's those are words in a different language, and I think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if a girl says, oh, I feel that you're not around as much, your answer should be something along the lines of, honestly, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I feel that I am, around you a lot. I give you attention. But if you don't feel like that, I completely understand. I'm gonna try to change up my ways. Like that's something that you could do, because when you say that to a female, you're like, oh, they're like, oh, okay, so he gets me. Like he gets me. He understands me, and he's gonna change for me. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you're speaking her language now, right? You need to learn how to speak both languages, logic and not. Because yeah, I say don't get into an emotional um fight with them, because you will always lose that. Girls are naturally emotional, right?
Yes. You
But
lose that fight.
if you calm them down, and you talk with them like adults, right? You have to speak their language, but don't scream at them like if a girl comes in and like, oh, why are you always going out? Why are you always going out so late? Don't don't like listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Like don't raise your voice at her. Don't like respond in an aggressive like, yo, like I can do what I want. Like, don't do that stuff. That's not what being a guy is. That's not what being a male is. Being an alpha male, whatever.
Yeah. And first
You
of
have to
all,
sit them down and talk with them. Yeah, go ahead.
and an you're not an emotional. If you're a man, no, I'm not saying, you know, this applies to everything. But if you are, your nature is logical. You have to be in touch with your logical side more than your emotion. But like everything comes in tolerance. You can't always be a straight stick, an up, a straight pencil,
stick?
a straight pencil. You can't just be a straight pencil.
I think
And
pencils are straight.
no, what I'm trying to say is you can't be a Boy Scout all the time. You can't be, Superman all the time.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. A
Yeah.
straight edge.
Yeah, you can't be a Boy Scout all the time, because at the end of the day, Superman is also Clark Kent. He's a nerd. He hunches his back. He wears glasses. He's awkward. So, everything in balance. And yeah, and also listening is a skill, but listening doesn't just mean shutting up. Shutting up is a vital part of listening. But I recommended you this class, Chris Voss, right? And when you were giving that scenario of the argument, the scenario of the argument, what was coming to my mind was, okay, I'll give you a scenario, I guess. The girl might say, "Oh, I don't feel like you're always at home. You never here to listen to me." Never listen to you? Yeah, well, you never listen to me. You're always at work. You're never, you're never comforting me or whatever. It seems like you really want me to be around much more. Well, yeah, I want you to, you're listening, but at the same time, you're listening, but at the same time, you want more. You give the impression, you give them the sense that they are in control. Why? Because you're giving the power to them. Well, you seem like you're giving the power to them because you're listening to them. But in reality, you're the one controlling the conversation, because it's up to you to stop it or keep it going. You And also, if you're listening, it gives the impression to the other person that you're listening and you're in tune with them. And since they're feeling emotional, they're bound to make mistakes. They're bound to trip with the tongue. And maybe if it feels right, you can use it against them in the future, maybe. But what I'm saying is, listen, all right? Listen, listen, listen. What do you think about that, bro?
100% I agree with you. And there's one thing that when we're talking about how to get somebody,
Yeah.
listening is a very, very big important part, because what we talked about before was, if you talk so much, if you just blab on, they're gonna find more ways not to like you.
Whew, bro, preach to the choir, bro.
Exactly. They're just gonna find more flaws in you, because then you just keep talking, and they're just gonna be like, oh, you like, let's say you're talking about, hey, like, I really like skateboarding, and she's gonna be like, oh, I really hate skateboarders. You talk way too much, bro. Just sit there, ask questions, ask open-ended questions, listen to her. The one thing is, if you really, really listen, right? If you really listen, they'll tell you how to get them.
Yes.
One thing that I talk about is, one analogy that I use is when a girl, let's say, talks about her brother a lot, like she would bring up her brother a lot, or she would bring up her family a lot. She's obviously very family oriented,
Yes.
in a positive way, of course. Like, not like if she's like, oh, I hate my family, whatever. Like, she keeps talking about them. Okay, that's a different story. But if she's saying, oh, like, oh, my brother does this, oh, my brother does that, or like, oh, my family, like, they're like, we love doing this and that, like, they're very family oriented.
Yes.
And you have to look out for that. If you really listen, then if you say, like, oh, oh, I want to get married, I want to have kids, and you say, I want to have a big loving family, they're gonna be, let's say you're both Christian, like, I want to be Christian, I want I want our kids to be in the Catholic faith or whatever. They're gonna be like, oh, we have the same values. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you listen to them and you just reciprocate what they're saying.
Yeah.
Just say it back to them. They're just gonna be like, oh my god, like, how did you know that? Like, we think exactly alike. No, I just listened to you.
Yes, definitely.
But obviously, this is like, if you use this, bro, for like some manipulative.
I use that on you.
Yeah, I know. But if you use this to like manipulate people, first of all, don't do that shit. You're there to. Your intention should not be just to get boom boom. But if it is, whatever. That's on you.
We're just saying you shouldn't, but
We're just saying you shouldn't, but you can do whatever you like. And I believe that for me, my intention would be, I would get them to a place where I want them to say the values that I like, and then I reciprocate those values. But don't manipulate people. Playing the game is not the best way to find a girlfriend. Playing the game is a good way to get boom boom. It's different. But for me, honestly,
this whole thing just ties back to knowing your purpose and finding it and being on it constantly. Yeah, man.
That's it, man.
So
I think that we talked about everything that we need to talk about.
Yeah, man. This is a fun, this is a fun conversation, definitely, bro.
Yeah, it's just pretty fun. Yeah. Just a lot of laughs, a lot of making fun of people and stuff.
And
myself.
And that's about all the time we have in today's podcast episode. So, in summation of everything, talk to me, Farrel. Talk to me. Sum it up for me, bro.
Basically, you want to be in a relationship where you know the intentions, right? Where both of your values align, right? And you should get into this relationship when you love yourself and you trust yourself. And how to do that is by, honestly, go to AMS for that. If you want to know how to do something, go to AMS. But what we're telling you and what AMS will tell you is to be on your purpose. That's how you get them.
Yeah.
Be on your purpose, be self-confident, be confident in yourself, and have know that you deserve the person that you want.
Yeah. And also, knowing yourself too is an important fact and an important factor, because my man's Farrel is You know, he's very, he's a, how would you say, kind of like a rock bro, kind of like a very masculine person, kind of like this
I'm a
very
rock.
masculine person.
I'm a rock.
That's like he's very upfront, very cold approach kind of guy. I'm more of a, I'm more of a subtle, you know,
A feminine man.
feminine a little bit, just to mirror and then lower the defenses, and then I, you feel me?
You use the tactic of the women.
yeah.
That's what you use.
Yeah, I use, I, okay, for you, what, I guess we can end it on this note. What can you recommend? I guess you can say channel or books or anything you can
Okay.
recommend our listeners.
Okay. Channels. One is obviously Alpha Male Strategies. If you want to learn game and all that stuff and be a better high value person. Now, when I say game, I don't mean to be evil. Don't be evil. You know what your values are. You know your morals, and you don't have to listen to everything he says because not everything he says is right. But that's one thing that you obviously just know like what you need to get out of it, you know, and just question things when they come up. That's my one like little what is it called, disclaimer to you. But another I guess if you're trying to get into workouts, because when you do listen to AMS and you get the mindset, you will try to fix yourself and you will try to be better. You know, I would recommend Athleanx, ATHLEANX.
Bro, I gotta get on
Um,
that.
Yeah, Athleanx. Also, that's for both, I think, bodybuilding and like no, actually, his motto is to be an athlete. So if you want to go the athlete route that way, if you want to go to calisthenics route, I would suggest Red Delta Project. And those are the two that I really watch. But yeah, really just get into reading books yourself and use Google and YouTube to your advantage because they're there for you as mentors. So that's my thing. That's my advice.
And talk a little bit about who you are so that our listeners would be like, oh, so if I'm listening to him and he's this, and they're listening to me and I'm this, you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean, like who I
'Cause-
am as a person? Like,
Because like we have different advice, and both of our advice comes from who we are. So if they wanna, so that they don't take.
okay, I
this the
get you.
wrong
I get
way.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like I have like a no bullshit approach. I will tell you exactly what I say to you, but I'm not gonna be insensitive about it. I know, you know, social cues and all that stuff. I'm not gonna tell you like, hey, you have a pimple, you know, because first of all, if you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you have a pimple, you know you have that pimple. I'm not gonna be like, you got a pimple, bro. Like, no, I don't care about that shit. What I care about is if you do something wrong to me, I will tell you 100%. I will be like, hey man, you're crossing the line right there. You gotta stop. I'm not the type of person to let you, you know, let you stomp all over me. I'm not gonna do that. If I feel like I'm being disrespected, that's the one big thing for me. I don't want somebody to disrespect me. If I feel that somebody's disrespecting me, I will tell you 100% because that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't feel that you're disrespecting me, that's how I feel. So you gotta stop doing that. And I will tell you 100%. If I have to tell you twice, I'm never talking to you again.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, I kind of see that in you too, you know, in the way you carry yourself as well. Yeah, makes sense.
How about you?
Me?
To end it. Yeah,
Yeah,
to end
I'll
it.
end it with this. So me, I'm more of a put on a mask type of guy. I'm more in touch with my feminine spirit, but I'm also in touch with the masculine because I'm a guy. So yeah, but the only reason why I am in touch with my feminine side is because like everything, there's a temperance, there's everything in moderation. But in, I would say, game, I'm more of I am a dandy and a coquette. There we go. A
The
coquette.
hell is that?
A dandy. It says here that the dandy is, they play with masculinity and femininity. They fashion their own physical image, which is also startling. They are mysterious and elusive. They also appeal to the narcissism of each sex. To a woman, they are psychologically female. To a man, they are male. Dandies fascinate and seduce in large numbers. Use the power of the dandy to create an ambiguous. Blah, 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 blah. So, you got that? Yeah, I'm a dandy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also, what I say, a rake? Yeah, I'm a rake. So, a rake
It's just
is.
coquette.
Oh, I said coquette? My bad. So, a coquette is. Coquettes seem totally self sufficient. They do not need you, they seem to say, and their narcissism proves devilishly attractive. You want to conquer them, but they hold the cards. The strategy of the coquette is never to offer total satisfaction. Imitate the alternating heat and yeah, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, the coquette and a dandy. So and
Yeah, okay.
and that is gonna end it for this episode of When the Bell Rings. We talked about a lot, bro, and I had fun in this conversation.
I really did. I really did have fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? I hope you guys have a very good week, good day, good morning, good night. You know what I'm saying? Get that bread, get that head, and leave.
Peace out. Alright, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Take care, guys. It's 3 a.m. and I am wide awake. It's hard for me to sleep with you thinking about me. Yeah, I know we're meant to be together now, but I can't keep that promise. I hope you can forgive me.